Hello my lovelies, and welcome to Wednesday morning. And gosh, what a splendid autumnal morning it really is. Right, I woke up this morning to a text message from my driver falling on his sword. So job number one of this morning was to stick an urgent post on Facebook trying to get hold of a driver for, well, this weekend and every subsequent weekend. So that was job number one, and that was done post haste. What's happening now? Well, coffee's brewing, and yeah, it's the usual uploading of videos and whatnot. And I feel like I've got a particularly good grip on today. I know what day it is. It's Wednesday, which is more than can be said for last night, when I completely got the days wrong. But yeah, I feel quite on top of things today. So we're going to have a jolly nice and productive day, and we're going to remember to put the bin out. And if we get a chance, we're going to play with Stigbert, because as was mentioned in the live last night, Stigbert has suddenly become an absolute priority. So let's get back inside and crack on with things. It's actually quite warm here in the sun, which is nice. I was thinking that we were getting to the point where I was going to have to deploy my winter sweater, which those of you longer term viewers who were with me over last winter, cast your mind back, you will remember that piece of fluffy woolly magnificence. But yeah, I don't think it's time to deploy that quite yet. Maybe that can hold off until November. So, right, let's go and have a coffee, shall we? We can't really be expected to crack on full steam ahead with the day until we've had a second cup of coffee. Hello, minge bag. Isn't that nice? Oh, yeah, a little bit of news for you. This has just reminded me. What we're looking at there is the windscreen mount, and I've got two windscreen mounts, and they're a particular type. They're both the same manufacturer. I bought them off Amazon, and I think that they are of their type. They're pretty much as good as you can get. I'm quite happy with them, and I thought I should order another one or two to start getting towards a stage where we've got one in each car, so they're not having to be pulled on and off and transferred in between cars. I'm thinking that it'll probably extend their life. So I went and I wonder what that is. I went and had a look on Amazon to see if they were on offer, and they're discontinued. This item is out of stock. We don't know when or if it will come back into stock. So I thought, bugger. Had a look on eBay, none available new there either. But somebody was selling 3 of them, sort of as new, taken out of the box to have a look at, but not actually used. So I've bought all 3. So and the chap told me that they were posted to this morning. So I've got 3 more windscreen mounts coming, so that'll be 5 in total. So you didn't really need to know that, did you? But I like sharing these things with you. It gives me a nice sense of intimacy, and you know, I mean intimacy in an intimate friends kind of way. I'm not talking about intimate naked pottering or anything of that nature. Not before a second cup of coffee anyway. So let's go and get that coffee. One for luck, I think. I'm on fire with productivity today. I'm basically a domestic god. Never let it be said that Boaty doesn't have clean pants. Fly, my beauties, fly. Ooh, a 75 Tourer down there. Facelift with a GB sticker and a tow bar. Not sure what the roadworks are going on down there. Probably should wander down and take a look, really. Yeah, I just saw that fella going past the house. Oh, they're a bit close to Stigbet, aren't they? Think about a car tonight. It's time Sheeson had their wheels turned over, I think. I might wriggle Sheeson out and yeah, I might wriggle Sheeson out and use Sheeson tonight. Pop Barney down the road, and I think we might have to postpone playing with Stigbert because looks like those roadworks are a bit close. Still a beautiful day, look at that. Right, back to the grindstone. Oh, I think Mr. Rover is giving up on trying to get past. The reversing lights just came on. There is a way round, of course. They are blocking the road, but you've got the triangular bit here. Look, I'm pointing to show you. You've got the triangular bit here, so you can get down there another way without going here. Although this chap always struggling to reverse, bless him. Oh, if you'd have come a little bit further up, you could have reversed into my road and turned around there. Oh, he's just, God, he's just reversing into the house. Oh, I'll just retract in here. I don't want to be seen to be filming. He'll come past in a minute. Just reversed onto a private drive, bless him. Oh, it's a lady. Nice lady in the, oh, that's a hell of a biff in the bumper, isn't it? And off it goes. Do I need a Tourer in my life? That's a question, isn't it? Do I need a Tourer in my life? Thinking about, well, always thinking about whizzing the fleet round. Good question. Somebody else going down to a blocked road. Oh, the washing is finished. It's beeping at me. Beeping at me it is. Well, it was. There you go. See? Attention-seeking behaviour. Right, the Honourable Sheeson is now in pole position. And he needs a wash. They need a wash. Sorry. I keep forgetting that Sheeson is the first and possibly only non-binary. Don't remember that scratch. Non-binary Rover 25. Oh, and for those who don't know who may be new, Sheeson is a 1.6 IXL spec CVT automatic. Full spec, leather, air conditioning, wood, posh gramophone, CD stack in the rear armrest, front headrests, mat pockets, all singing, all dancing.
From Mike Tyson himself to that absolutely colossal bell-end Don King, and promoted some of the biggest fights in those eras as well. He of course had tough times and competition along the way, but the resilient Frank, even after being bankrupt, even after being shot, always bounced back to keep a firm hold on the British scene, all the way up until the turn of the century. However, this is when things suddenly started to change. It was the dawn of a new era. The digital age was upon us and social media had become a phenomenon. Before we knew it, we were tweeting, we were writing on Facebook walls, flicking through some random Birds holiday albums, Magaluf 2010, Jennifer's Hindu, LOL, looking for the bikini pics, wanking our fucking lives away. Yes, sorry. Anyway, communication changed and we were now interacting via a screen, keeping up to date and reading our news via the mobile blower. and those who didn't roll at the times were about to be left behind. Frankie Boy unknowingly was about to be one of them. One man who did move with the times, however, was Frank's promotional enemy's young ambitious boy, Essex-born Eddie Hearn, who emerged on the scene in 2009 and was about to throw some bejazzled shit at the fan. Now, of course, just prior to this, Frank was still doing alright, but with the arrival of Mick Hennessy on the scene, as well as Frank Maloney, now Kelly Maloney. Yes, Frank Maloney's still going strong. It made it hard for Frank to stay on top. He found added struggles with broadcasters. So in a nutshell, he told Sky Sports, the king of British sports broadcasting, to stick it up their arse, and decided to set up Box Nation in 2011, a free-to-air boxing channel where he could control and broadcast his epic fight cards to dedicated subscribers. Then he started to charge a tenner for it, and a lot of people went, nah, fuck off, you're alright. But a few people did hang about. Now Eddie Hearn around this time had just tried to convince the world that Audley Harrison could beat David Hay. So Frank probably thought, well, that's the last we'll see of him. He said Audley beats David Hay. What's he fucking talking about? Do me a favour, shoulder roll, boss. Frank weren't worried at all. But Edward was being underestimated, and as his stable grew, Matchroom began making waves. They signed an array of talent, they used social media to their benefit, and they consumed the primetime Saturday night spot for weekly shows. They even poached some of Frank's fighters who saw the glitz and glamour of Sky and Matchroom, the likes of Tony Bellew, Ricky Burns and Long Ed de Gale, plus many more. And just to stick the knife in even further, whereas Frank in 2012 put on the biggest British show in a number of years, over 30,000 fans in Park for Hay vs Chisora, Eddie went and blasted him out of the water with 80,000 fans at Wembley Stadium for Foxgroves 2, a show that also happened to feature a man who was fast becoming a superstar, Anthony Joshua. Now, just prior to Foxgroves, Frank saw his empire slipping away, so him and Box Nation tried to fight back, reluctantly joining forces with Ricky Hatton, Amir Khan, Kelly Maloney and Barry McGuigan to air their shows on his channel as well. He also struck up some relationships with American broadcasters and featured the mega names such as Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao. But there was a big problem. This was all losing money. And as Box Nation struggled to keep their paying audience, as his stable began to dwindle, and Frank Warren Promotions allegedly accumulated losses of 4.36 million around 2013, Matchroom went from strength to strength, and Frank's shoulder was going fucking mental. The years on from 2015, Eddie signed an exclusive 6-year deal with Sky, and Anthony Joshua reached those superstar heights. Matchroom shows had a glitz and glamour feel about them, whilst Frank...
Get on the next plane to Berlin. Find them all trying to bring down the CIA with damaging leaks. The traitor could be anyone.
Stopping espionage thriller, Berlin Station. Watch now for free on UK TV Play.
In the vastest sky, in the whole wide world.
Trying to get some sleep.
Under the highest moon, in the whole wide world. Whispering the biggest goodnight to the whole wide world.
At Aer Lingus, we're the airline.
Was still stuck behind the paywall of Box Nation. He was still putting on decent shows, to be fair to him, and airing some great American shows such as Canelo vs Golovkin, but they never had the wide reach of Sky Sports, and with Frank trading miles behind in terms of the social media presence Matchroom had, it looked as though he just couldn't adjust, and the writing was on the wall for the legendary promoter. Then, in 2017, when Anthony Joshua became unified heavyweight champion by beating Klitschko at a sold-out Wembley, Eddie's Matchroom were the leading boxing promoter in Britain, and it seemed like nothing could stop them. But things then slowly began to take a turn. Out of nowhere, BT Sports emerged on the boxing scene and took on Box Nation. More importantly, they signed a deal with Frank to air Queensbury shows. Frank said, don't you want to keep putting them on Box Nation? They said, no, fuck that, you've only got about 10 subscribers. And Warren said, alright, fair dinkum. And in 2018, a relatively well-known heavyweight champion put pen to Frank's paper to air his comeback with BT Sports, which nearly was a fairy tale ending at the end of the year. The next year, however, Anthony Joshua lost his world titles to Eric Hartman. The first blemish on his record. Eddie did bounce back though, striking a $100 million deal with the Saudis for a rematch where AJ revenged the loss, keeping them on top, but the AJ train was showing some vulnerabilities. And yeah, Frank weren't happy about that rematch, by the way, so he slated Ruiz for his weight gain in an article entitled "Ruiz has got to take it on the chins." Good well, Frankie boy. Anyway, Tyson's profile then went from strength to strength, and he finally did get that fairy tale ending by defeating the Bronze Bomber. Frank, after many years, finally had a heavyweight champion on his roster once again, and things were about to get even more interesting. When in 2021, Matchroom made a very bold move, shocking everyone with a surprise transition to the zone. The subscription-based channel mostly dedicated to boxing at the time, almost reminiscent of Box Nation, but with the intentions of being a little less shit. It was a monumental decision by Eddie to leave behind Sky, who had been such a big part of their success, but he had his sights set on global domination. However, things got off to a very rough start when out of nowhere, AJ lost to the Ukrainian genius Usyk. Simultaneously, Fury retained his belt in another epic war with Wilder, broke records with a mandatory against Dillian White in a 90,000 sold-out Wembley Stadium, and AJ went on to lose to Usyk again. Then went fucking mental with the mic. I'm not falling stone, am I? I'm heavy, don't know what's going on, it's not nice. Bosh, the belts went flying, it weren't a good look, and his profile took a bit of a battering. Eddie and DAZN needed something to salvage their rough year, and he had just the thing. Who better to save DAZN's day than Eddie's only other superstar, the son of a legend, Conor Benn, facing up against Chris Eubank Jr. and fucking hell, Eddie was left with egg on his face. Not because of Conor, but you know what I mean. Anyway, as we fast forward through 2023, the Conor Benn scandal is still ongoing and unforgiven, and in a strange turn of events, fighters have now left Matchroom left, right and centre, just as they did to Frank all them years ago, with some even joining Queensbury. But worst of all, AJ's tentative return has shown the struggle to sell out the O2, when at one point he was selling out Wembley regularly, and Eddie's ties to Saudi seemed unable to come through with the mega money fight, leaving Matchroom at a bit of a stalemate. However, one man has managed to make them huge Saudi deals. He's cut out the middleman and gone straight for the jugular. Hello, Turkey, me old son. Fancy a bit of Gypsy King at your little festival? Yes, I fucking do, he said. 100 million sound alright? Yes, let me get the checkbook out, bruv. And bosh, he's managed to land the most financially lucrative Saudi paydays for two mega heavyweight fights in the unprecedented Riyadh season. And that man is, of course, Frank Warren. So in a nutshell, how the fucking hell did he manage to do all that? Fair bloody play. So in a way, it all seems to have come full circle. It seems to be a mirror image of Frank's difficult Box Nation times back then, reflecting in Eddie and DAZN's difficult times currently. Don't get me wrong, DAZN are still cracking it with the old mistits, and Eddie's still putting on crackers like Wood Warrington. But it would seem the big boy shit, the money makers, yes, they're heavyweights.
Okay, here we go. I haven't been properly shopping, so it's a bit of a jump up the larder door today. So, wok, hot oil, bit of onion, and a bit of green pepper. Bit of chicken. Fuck that about a bit. This is the stuff that came with these noodles. Just a basic spice mix. Saves you messing about with your own. If you wanted to add your own, then just use a bit of ground cumin, ground cinnamon, chili powder, fenugreek, whatever you want to chuck in there. They give you this little thing of oil, but I've used chow chili oil, which is much better, so throw this away. Add water. Deglaze the pan, make sure you get all the goodness. All the spicy goodness. Looks fabulous. Smells fabulous. And just chuck in your noodles. Again, these are from Sainsbury's. They're just over £1. I never buy them when they're just over £1. When they're reduced on the Nectar app to 63p, I buy them then. Good as gold for a quick and easy lunch. Just add a couple of bits to them to make them into a meal rather than a snack. And then just let the noodles soften. You're looking at about 5 minutes. I'll put you on time lapse.
Oh, one big titty bouncing up and down, two big titties bouncing up and down, three big titties bouncing up and down. We're going to have to get a bigger bra. Hey!
That is that's a spicy meatball.
Hello,
that is.
I'm the Horseradish King, and this is my stupid channel. You probably won't like it, but stick with it because someone's going to like it, and it might be you. You may be the winner of the liking of this particular channel. Isn't that fabulous? Now, fuck off!
There you go, my lovelies. Super quick, super cheap, super easy, super out of focus. Those noodles were genuinely, utterly delicious. Hello, my lovelies, and you join me in Shison. And time to go to work. Side lights, I think. Windscreen was dirty. There we go. Ah, how lovely to be back in Shison. It's been a little while. Right, let's turn some wheels. Oh, gosh. Let's turn some wheels over. Nice to be in an automatic as well. My preference is always for an automatic. Oh, here's a... So what is going on down here? Something to do with the Severn Trent water. Something to do with the water. Oh, we'll have to heat up a bit. Now, of course, one of the existing issues with Shison here is the heater. It's been partially solved. You know, he had the old sticky, I keep forgetting. Shison had the old sticky heater valve issue, which led to the broken knob issue. Are you on the wonk? Hang hang on, let me slightly unwonk you. God, what a fabulous picture. Yeah, but I fixed the sticky heater valve thingy. I fixed the heater button by nicking one off Derek before passing him on to Allegro Man. But the remaining issue is there's a kink or something in the cable. So although it operates from cold to just over halfway, so kind of warm-ish, it doesn't go right the way up to hot. But there we are. Oh, this is very pleasant indeed, I must say. Very pleasant. I'm very fond of this little car. So I am, to be sure. Tell you what, I'm going to put you on time lapse, and then I can have a listen to Sheaton's gramophone, because there's music in this car that I don't have elsewhere, and I'm going to avail myself of it. Right then, apologies for that Scottish accent there.
Potholes are caused by bad weather and bad vehicles.
And moles.
No, not moles.
Yeah, the tunnel.
No, they don't.
They do.
They do. No,
They
the
do.
roads they do.
Moles tunnel.
Not on
I
the
know
roads.
this.
You don't. Potholes in roads are not caused by moles.
Not all of them.
None of them.
How do you know?
What kind of roads are you thinking of? Do you know how much asphalt they put out? Do you know how much hardcore they put down before they put the asphalt on?
No, do you?
Well, quite a lot.
So no, the answer is no. You don't know how much.
Well, enough to know that a mole would not be digging its way through it. It would just think, bollocks to this, I'll go somewhere where it's nice and soft.
I don't think moles swear. Okay, here we go then. Back to it. Well, that was another quiet evening, and the weather has turned absolutely horrid. Oh, turn that down for a minute. So, I'm going home. What a filthy night, and somehow very autumnal. The rain, the fallen leaves on the road. It's yeah, it's all a sign of where we are. But hey ho, it's funny, isn't it? You kind of dread winter, or the shorter nights or whatnot, but the way it works is they just creep up on you, and before you know it, you're there. And it's not like, oh God, this is what I feared. It's just that, oh well, that's what it is now. And you just crack on with it accordingly, and bloody hell. And now we've just hit a bank of fog. Really is a little microcosm of a climate up here. You just get over a certain point up the hill and you'll suddenly be hit with snow or fog or fallen trees on the road. I kind of love that about it, to be fair. But that is the end to another day, my loves. A very foggy, wet end. But an end nonetheless. Not quite an end, because I've still got a live stream to do. And if I made that sound like a task, I didn't mean to. I mean, I'm still fortunate enough that I've got an hour or so of contact with you lovely people before I go to bed. And, you know, that is something that I treasure. Here we are. Here we are, home sweet home. Nice to have had the evening out in Shison, listening to some different music. As I've mentioned it before, all the cars have different music in them, so it kind of adds to the excitement of jumping in a different car when you've got music you've not heard for a while. Not the heater off, and oh, where have you gone? There we are. That's it, darlings. Time to get inside and get settled. So I wish you all a safe and peaceful night. Sleep tight. Have the best day you can tomorrow. Look after yourselves. And if you've not gone to bed yet, oh, hang on, of course you'll be seeing this tomorrow, but if you don't join me on the live stream, and you're just reading this tomorrow, if you didn't know, our friend Joe passed away peacefully this morning, hopefully pain-free, hopefully dreaming of all the things that he loved and all of those that loved him. So raise a little glass for him. I'll be doing so on the live stream. Please join me in doing so whenever you hear the news and whenever you're next having a little tipple. So much love from me. Good night and see you next time.